I was a street kid until I found out my parents were millionaires. I grew up on the streets surviving by any means, stealing food, hiding in alleys. My life was a blur of hunger and pain. At 17, a social worker handed me a file. Your parents are alive, and they're rich. I was stunned. Parents? I thought. I had no memory of them, just a feeling of emptiness. My hands trembled as I stood at the gates of their mansion in Beverly Hills. Maybe they had been searching for me all this time. Maybe they'd want to make up for lost years. But when the door swung open, the last thing I expected was their cold, dismissive faces. Who are you? My father, Silas Thorne, asked, his eyes narrowing. I'm your son, I choked out. Not possible, my mother, Diane, said, then slammed the door. I stood there for a moment, the reality hitting harder than the cold wind. They were rich, living a life I could never imagine, and yet they had abandoned me without a second thought. Years passed, I worked, I struggled, and I built myself from the ground up. Then, at 27, I showed up on their doorstep again. This time, I was wearing a $5,000 suit and holding the deed to their mansion. Silas's eyes widened. Nate, please, no. I slid the eviction notice across the table. Their empire crumbled, and I walked away. They had 24 hours to leave.